Scott, here we go. It's tax season.
I'm nervous.
You're already sweating out. Me too. And if you're watching right now, what are you doing? You got to get the taxes done. You might as well go with Jackson Hewitt to do this. I mean, deadline right around the corner.
The Ides of April, as I like to call it. Mark Stieber, Chief Tax Officer for Jackson Hewitt. Mark, how are you on this fine day?
It's a very exciting time of year. Time to go get that money, and we're at the end game, so time for some action.
Well done.
All right, let's get right to it. We are down to the nitty-gritty here. What do you say to those people who are waiting, and what should they do here in this last minute?
Well, first of all, you're in good company. There's literally tens of millions of people who wait to the last day or last couple days, so you're not alone. That being said, no shame, no judgment, but it's time for you to get it done. So do not compromise your tax return preparation by taking shortcuts, estimating or guesstimating. Accuracy matters, and do not panic. Time is not your friend, but it also is something that you have to give respect to. So find your documents. You should have them all by now. I like last year's tax return, especially in the end game, because it's a good, roadmap of what to do, and then get some help. It's just that simple. Doing it yourself at the last minute, you might have questions, you might have new words you don't recognize in that software. Get some help. So get your tax return, find some help, and just get it done.
And I forgot how to do math in general. So, I'm not doing it myself.
Exactly.
Mark, I got to ask you this, though. What about, it's so actually comforting to know that there are a lot of people in this same boat who, wait till that last minute. If people do need a little more time, though, is there anything for them? Are there any options?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do. You can always do an extension. Now, it's a 6-month automatic extension. You can mail it in by midnight and have it postmarked, or you can file it electronically. A pro can help. But it's important to remember the simple fact of the matter is, with an extension, it's only an extension of time to send in your paperwork later, up to 6 months, up to October 15th. You still have to pay any taxes that you owe by midnight. And that's why you kind of have to do a workup of a practice tax return if you're going to go that route and do your taxes twice. It's not a great idea because you don't get the benefits of anything. You really have to pay the monies. And if you miss the deadline, that's even worse, penalties and interest. But do get after it as fast as you can. And if you, in fact, can get an extension in or file your taxes.
He just said you have to do the taxes twice, and I just got a hive.
Exactly.
I got a hive because of that. Thank you, Mark.
All right, so you touched on it there real quickly. So if you miss the deadline, we're not going to jail, but we're going to get fined possibly. So we got to make sure not to miss that deadline.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the deadline. There's just a whole bunch of downside. But in the event you do, because like I say, tens of millions are filing at the last minute, some of those people don't get it done. At least do it as fast as you can after that. But I recommend going to a pro. We're all staffed up. We got extra hours, extra people, extra capacity. Most of the good companies do. No one will be turned away. And you still have plenty of time. Even if it's late on the 15th, there's still plenty of capacity to get it done.
Nice.
Bless Jackson Hewitt for that. All right, so there are some commonly overlooked credits or deductions, benefits, things like that commoners are not going to be able to know. We miss them every year.
All the time.
But you've got them. What are some of those that are kind of trending that we overlook?
Well, there's a variety, and it really kind of depends on your station in life. If you're an itemizer, that is, you kind of generally own a home, a lot of people overlook charitable donations of property, not just the cash, but property, fair market value. If you're self-employed, and about 40 million people have a side gig, full or part-time, there's just an endless limit number of deductions that people overlook, from the home office to gifts to marketing to media to automobile. And then if you're neither of those, there's a whole host of credits that people overlook as well, from the earned income credit, child tax credit, other dependent credit. So really the list is endless, and it's really kind of facts and circumstance specific. And then we'll get on into states. There's a lot of mistakes that happen there as well. So, you're only hurting yourself if you rush. You're only hurting yourself if you leave something off, because the IRS, more importantly, a state, does not just send you more money. They go get their money. But if you leave it off, it stays off, and that just hurts your pocketbook.
How good is Mark?
Isn't that amazing?
I was going to say, how good is she?
So passionate, knows his stuff. I'm telling you right now, you got to go to this. You got to go to this guy. All right, last one real quick before we get in there. There's always scammers out there, always trying to get out and get us. What scams should we be aware of that are out there?
Yeah, about 100 million people get tax refunds, about $300 billion on average each year. And that attracts a certain unscrupulous group of people. So I'll give you 2 simple tips. If it sounds too good, it's probably not true. So if they guarantee a refund, but they won't sign the return, watch out for those guys. Those ghost preparers are bad. And the IRS never texts, they don't call, and they're not going to email you. So if you get any of that sketchy stuff looking to verify your information, go see a pro. They'll tell you real quick that's fake, and they're just trying to get your information. So just go with what your mama said. If it sounds funky, and if it sounds janky, it's probably not true.
Yeah,
that's exactly what our mom said.
Hey, Scott, if it's janky, son, Don't mess with it.
Mark, you were an absolute pleasure. I know it's stressful for so many, but having you there in the hip pocket, Jackson Hewitt, it's going to make it easy for a whole lot of people. So appreciate you coming in, breaking it down.
Unbelievable. Yeah, great information there.
There it is, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. You could call them up. A call from them. Call them.
Right.
IRS not calling you, but you could call them.
You could call them.
There's all the socials as well, jacksonhewitt.com.